Hey YouTube, France Hopper here. It's Christmas Eve, and it's actually a really nice night out. And I'm waiting on the grill to heat up, so I figured, yeah, let's do an Ask Me Anything while I wait on that. I will be taking you downtown later tonight, where we have some of our Christmas lights here in Portland. They do a lot of lights in Pioneer Courthouse Square, and then they kind of put some lights up in the trees now that the leaves are actually gone on most of them. And it's actually been such a mild winter here that a lot of trees actually still have leaves out. It's kind of crazy, but it was downpouring last night, and today definitely won't be downpouring, that's for sure, because the sun actually, just came out, pretty recently ago. And so I figured, you know, good weather to grill. And while I wait on the grill to warm up, because it's semi-drenched in the rain from last night, ask me anything. I can't believe that the channel recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all for making that possible, whether you're new to the channel or have been with the channel for a while since it started. Boy, I think almost 10 years ago now, which is kind of a crazy thought. But yeah, it's a beautiful night out. Could not ask for better grilling weather. I mean, sure, it could be a little warmer, but I'll take 50-ish. It's December after all. It's almost January. And you know what? You can still maybe a little bit see some leaves on the trees. It's crazy. Last night was probably the first good rain we've really had all year. It's been a very, very, very mild winter here in Portland. And oh, hey, look at that. You can zoom in YouTube now. There's Mount Hood. That's how good the weather is right now. And yeah, kind of just doing this on the fly, so gonna be a little semi-shaky at this. Be a lot better this evening. I'll have the gimbal with me. But I mean, really, could you ask for a better Christmas Eve weather-wise? I would argue that this is beautiful. I really don't like snow. In fact, one of the reasons I moved here to Portland was because I wasn't a huge fan of the snow back east in New Jersey and Philadelphia. And I have to laugh, really, when we get maybe 2 inches of snow here and the entire city shuts down, because we're just not prepared for it. It's usually just non-stop rain in Portland for winter. That's our winter. It rains here. It's great. You know, it's not weather that's for everyone, but I'll take it, because obviously, I mean, Mount Hood's got snow on it. It's clearing a little bit. You might be able to see Mount St. Helens poke out a little bit later, perhaps. Probably not. But I hear a streetcar, so let's go wave hi to the streetcar. I know I supposedly scheduled this for 3:50, but it didn't look like it's scheduled, and I was not expecting hitting go live to just simply go live. I was expecting a countdown, but oh well. Let's see, who do we have? Oh, there's car 9. That's one of the second generation streetcars. One of the last of the Czechs. Well, guess you can't really do an AMA if there's no questions being asked. But I'll stick around. The girl's got a ways to go to heat up. so I can enjoy the view for now, or on replay. But I guess let's ask some questions that could come up. It's been a while since the last upload to the channel. Last upload was, well, if you want strictly upload, that was unbagging my VIP bag from KomoriCon this year. The last actual publication to the channel would have been the Day Zero look at KomoriCon, and that was back in October, and it's December now. So that's a whole month without any new content. And really, the fact that I went a month without anything really happening, and the channel just hit 1,000 subs. Again, thank you for that. I never expected that to happen, and you know, I don't do this channel for subscribers. To me, they're numbers. Yeah, do I appreciate having 1,000 of them? Sure. But the channel's not something I have a tremendous amount of time really to do. I work almost 60 hours a week, most weeks, somewhat by choice, somewhat because that pays the bills, which really limits the amount of time that I have to really work on the channel. So that's why you don't get a whole lot of content regularly, and it's something I would like to change, for sure. You know, when I started the channel 10 years ago, or however long it's been, I'm sure I could open up a tab and find out. You know, I figured, hey, let's see what this YouTube thing's all about. Let's share some bits of life that maybe people will find interesting. Apparently, a lot of people are finding a flash mob in Philly from, oh my god, almost 8 years ago now. Interesting, apparently. That video has just completely skewed all the analytic metrics for the channel. And I didn't realize that until 2 or so months ago, and it's still going. It's insane. That one video has the most watch minutes by far. It's got like 127,000 in the last 28 days. That's crazy. And it's not even that good of a flash mob, I'll be honest. Which the comments show a lot. Yeah, that was just something that I learned was going to happen by reading the news one day, and I had a break between classes at Drexel back in my university years, which, oh my god, yeah, was like 8 years ago. Almost 9 now, because it's going to be January really soon. That's a scary thought. Yeah, apparently it's a video that's doing well. I never expected it to do well. It's a sleeper video, I guess you could say, because it really didn't do well for a very long time, and now all of a sudden it is. So hey, that's cool. I'll take it. Wish I had more flash mobs that I knew about happening to show you. That would maybe be better. Camera work would probably be better now. I'll be honest with that. A lot's changed in 8 years, 9 years. Let's just round up at this point and call it what it is. But yeah, that's kind of the state of the channel. It's how things have always been. Quiet. And this week is, as I like to joke, my annual vacation. For the last 3 years, I've taken the week of Christmas off. I'll be here in Portland, obviously, this year, rather than being in California 2 years ago with family, or back home on the East Coast a year ago. That was cold, because of course as soon as I landed in Newark it started snowing, and whew, forgot how terrible Terminal A at Newark was. God, that's an awful airport compared to Portland's. Yeah, so again, I'll be bringing you the Christmas lights in downtown later tonight after sunset, probably around 5 o'clock or so. 4:30 is when sunset is, so I figure give it about 30 minutes to actually kind of start getting dark, and travel time because we'll be taking the streetcar up there. So the plan with that is I'll start in Pioneer Square where we have the big tree. And we'll probably walk up to the Pearl, I think, to Jameson Park, where there's another tree. It's not as big, but it's a colorful one. There's a little light show that it does. That's kind of cool. And it's where there's a fountain during the warmer times of the year. Light-wise down here in South Waterfront, we don't have a whole lot of lights. I mean, as you can see by the empty lot across from me, you know, we're not really building too much other than OHSU's huge 2 new buildings straight down the road, and traffic lights are finally on, which I'm really happy about because, oh my god, did we need some more traffic lights in this district. A lot of the intersections here are built for traffic lights to be installed in the future, and that really shows, you know, if you're someone who just walks out into the street, which by the way is a really dumb way to die, down on South Waterfront, you really want to look before you cross the street, because holy crap, there are blind spots everywhere. You can't see below the rooftop here, but that's Abernathy right down below, and I hate that road, both as a pedestrian and sometimes driver, because you can't see squat around the corners. PBOT did an awful job with that road, but it is what it is. I mean, obviously it's an unfinished district, and it probably will be for a while. It's actually kind of a renter's market here in Portland right now, where, you know, sure, rent hasn't really gone down or anything, but we're building so many apartments now that really no one can afford them, and so there's a lot of vacancies. There's a ton of vacancies. My building's nowhere full. That's the last building really that got built as far as apartments go. That's the Osprey, and that still has vacancies. There's a ton of ground level retail that's still vacant. We still don't have a supermarket. Zidell Yards has been shelved indefinitely because of the amount of money that would have to be put into the infrastructure to actually build it. The Zidell family couldn't get what they wanted, so it's on hold. So no one's really building too much down here right now. There's a rent-controlled building that's going up on the other side of the district in the River Place area, and it's actually going to be taller than buildings in Riverfront, not so much here in South Waterfront. This actually is all apartments. This was supposed to be condos, but this was built right when the market went bust, and now you can't build anything higher than this really in this district unless you get a special exclusion. So it's funny because last year I was getting land use notices nonstop for this empty lot, and it was like, oh, okay, we're gonna start construction soon. Nope, still an empty field. That's Old Spaghetti Factory out there, if you're wondering why there's just a random blue building in the distance. So yeah, I see we have one viewer now. So that one viewer, do you have any questions? This is an Ask Me Anything. So if you want to know anything about the state of the channel, about the plan for the Christmas lights tonight, or how I'm spending my holiday, fire away. It's an Ask Me Anything. It's kind of a thank you for 1,000 subscribers, Ask Me Anything sort of deal. No questions. All right, well, I guess we can go back to looking at the freeway, which actually is moving pretty well. It is Christmas Eve. I guess a lot of people have already traveled to where they're getting to or whatever, so it's actually, the roads here are really sane. I mean, granted, a lot of the city kind of closed at 2 p.m. That's one of those stupid anti-bird things. Let's see how the grill's doing. Grill is at 350. So I think it might be time to maybe start putting the burgers on the grill. It'll be a burgers night. Burgers from Freddy's. Well, gone 15 minutes. Yeah, and Ask Me Anything's not super exciting when there aren't any questions, unless YouTube's being dumb right now and not showing me the chat. So I guess I'll get to grilling, and I shall leave you with the view of Mount Hood, which doesn't look quite as striking as it did a little while ago when the clouds were still parting and it had this really nice blue tint to it. Now it's kind of blending in. But, you might be able to see it a little bit. There's Mount Hood. I'm gonna grill, and I'll see you all around 5 o'clock for the Christmas lights. See you later.